my god.
It's been so long.
Girl, it's been so long. You had your little boy toy over. I was in Miami. We had just so many things.
Side note, so many people have been going to Miami lately.
Honestly,
a lot of people, like a lot more than usual. Miami is like a hotspot for tourists and like vacation and stuff.
Which could be because of the convention. I don't know. The convention was really packed.
I don't know. There was this one woman my mom knows, and she went there for like a skincare convention.
There's a lot of conventions in Miami, I've learned.
Yeah.
Like, people were, like, asking, like, there was this guy, I was scared of, like, getting kidnapped, so I didn't talk to him very long, but he, like, rolled down his window, he had, like, a family in his car, and he saw, like, all the people leaving the convention center for the day, and he was like, what convention is going on right now? And, like, he, like, rolled down his window, he was like, what is this convention for? And I was like, comic books and nerdy things. Like, I didn't know how to explain it in layman's terms, because it's like, it's technically like a comic convention, but like there's like so much more to like a convention nowadays.
The easiest one, whenever I'm at one, I'm just like, oh, video games.
Shuts them up. Yeah, video games.
Video
like,
games.
You don't know anything about video games.
Don't worry about it. Video games.
It's like don't worry your pretty little head about it. Honestly, you wouldn't understand. You wouldn't understand like a Sims player like me.
Okay, side note though, you remember when they had like that Sims convention for like Simmers?
What happened to that? Did that just like
I don't know.
Because I would go to that.
And like, yes, girl. Me too. That
Literally.
And then what else was there? That game show The Sims had. It just all poof, vanished.
Yeah. What happened? If you guys know, let us know in the comments down below. But welcome to the She Knows It podcast with
Alex
and Izzie. Oh my god, it's been so long since we've done that intro. I know you guys just saw us last week, but like it's been
a minute.
About 3 weeks since we last recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
It's been a while.
Yeah, because I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off, getting ready for the trip. Yeah. And then I was gone for the trip. And then your boyfriend was at your house. So yeah, it's been like 3 weeks. Crazy. Girl. We're gonna get back into things. We're gonna get back into
we're gonna get back into a
routine schedule
of that. But today we have some fun am I the a-hole? We're not gonna curse this early on because we are going to be reading those. We have some really I realize a lot of these are like family related, like family inner drama.
Yeah, so we're reading family drama stories today.
Yeah.
Honestly, we got sisters, we got mother-in-laws, we got everything.
Yeah. We could have been brother-in-laws, but something happened. Yep. So get yourself a little snack, a little beverage.
Yeah.
Also recently just had my 21st birthday.
Happy birthday, girl! She's 21, guys. Oh, bestie's 21. I'm still 20. I'll catch up soon. We're gonna be there soon. And then we can do our vampire club in Tampa.
Yes.
There's a really cool vampire themed like bar and nightclub in Tampa, which I'm a Florida girly. Not by choice, but by force. And so I have to make the most of it while I'm here, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, so do you want to start off? Do you want me to start off today?
I say I'll start because I'm very curious to what this story holds. The title is Am I the asshole for telling my sister she's the reason she isn't pretty? First of all, that would make me think they are the asshole immediately. But I guess we'll hear him out.
Okay, I mean, siblings do have tiffs.
Yeah.
Siblings do fight. Siblings do call each other some really heinous things that they shouldn't.
Yeah.
But I don't have a sister. But I would think if I had a sister, we would get into a lot of fights.
You and I are the closest to sisters you got. Which
but see, we don't fight that much.
We don't fight. We've had like 2 tussles in our entire friendship, and that's it.
Yeah, which to be fair is a long friendship.
It's a long friendship. After almost 8 years, we are family at this point.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, our kids will call the other one aunt.
it's like, what's that law? It's not, no, it's in Texas, but I forgot if there's like in other states. But basically, if you live with somebody for like more than like 2 years, it's like you're legally married.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Be careful out there if you're living with somebody.
Me and Gabe have
we
been
laws.
living together for over 2 years now. I don't think that's the same in Florida though.
I don't know. I think it's in a couple other states.
I wish it
like
was, because I want that tax break. Genuinely. Anyways, okay, so
yeah,
let's get into this, shall we? Okay.
Yes, I'm ready.
The other day, I, a 20-year-old female, was having a conversation with my little sister, 17 female. The conversation went towards discussing pretty privilege, and she went on a rant talking about how unfair it is. And if she was prettier, she would be popular and have a boyfriend. Interesting. Okay. Now, this upset me because my little sister is super lucky. She is naturally blonde, has a beautiful face, and is very thin, even though she eats a lot of junk food. And her boobs and butt are huge. However, she's a complete snob. She dresses in very baggy clothing, doesn't wear makeup, her hair is a mess, and she often smells bad because she doesn't shower much.
Oh my god.
Oh god, really throwing her under the bus. She also has acne, and I know that it isn't her fault, but I used to have bad acne and found out how to get rid of it. But when I suggested it to her, she just ignored it. Okay. I told her that the reason she isn't pretty is because she doesn't put any effort into her appearance. She got mad at me and stormed off. I know that nobody should be obligated to look nice, but it just upset me to hear her complain about her appearance considering her circumstances. However, I'm starting to think that what I said was a bit insensitive. Am I the asshole? This is not what I thought it was going to be. Wow. Okay, so there is a verdict.
Okay.
And the verdict is not the asshole. Which I see where they're coming from, because if she was going on like a tangent to her sister about like, if only I was prettier, I would be treated better. Mm-hmm. Society sucks. The fact that like people that are aesthetically like what society sees as pretty get treated better is stupid. But at the same time, if what the older sister is saying is correct, the original poster is correct, that she is very pretty, she just smells bad.
Which, okay,
has
like,
bad
listen,
hygiene.
The acne aside, the like messy hair aside, the baggy clothes aside, like whatever, like put that aside. If you're not putting effort into basic hygiene care, like just being hygienic, that is a you thing.
That is a you thing. That is.
That is a you fault thing.
Listen.
But, like, everything else, that can just be an aesthetic. Mm-hmm. It's not...
Like, Billie Eilish is fucking gorgeous. She got the Adam Sandler clothing, though. And that's okay. It's okay to wear baggy clothes if that's your style.
Like, and, like, you know.
But, like, brushing your hair... If your hair is the texture that can
washing
be
your face,
to make it look
taking
better.
A shower, brushing your teeth, you know.
Like that kind of
like
stuff is just kind of like... Also, the fact that her sister literally gave her advice to help with her acne.
Oh, she ignored it,
Yeah.
So I agree. I agree with the verdict. She is not the asshole.
Yeah, not the asshole. Wild, though. I kind of do want to hear... Because with sister stuff, with, like, sibling stuff, like, I love my sister.
There's always a lot of sides.
There's always two sides, though. There's always two sides. And it's typically a lot more of a gray area than presented. Yeah. So I am curious to hear the other sister's side.
Are there any comments or no?
Let's see. Okay, so this was posted 19 hours ago. So it is like fairly...
I think all these stories are pretty fresh.
A colorectal surgeon?
Okay.
I think that's like a type of like if you've had enough like upvotes, you get like different roles on Am I the Asshole subreddit, and there's like the colorectal surgeon, participant. There's like a bunch of them, but I've never seen this before now, so I just really wanted to read this comment just because it says colorectal surgeon next to it. Not the asshole. Your phrasing could have been a tad gentler, but you really didn't do anything wrong here. But instead of the reason you're not pretty, could have said the reason people don't realize you're pretty. That's very fair.
I
That
like
is
that
fair
one.
because she might not even be upset with the fact that she said like you just don't take good care of yourself. She might be
Yeah.
upset with the fact that her sister just said you're not pretty.
True.
So,
I think
which she said in the
wording could have been
post.
better.
Yeah, which she
Wording
said
could have-
literally in the post that like her sister is pretty. She just doesn't take care of herself. So, yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
There's another sometimes people don't realize how bad they've become about their hygiene and you need to be specific. I think she may have had a real wake-up call if you told her she stinks, that she looks like a bum, and laid out things.
Ooh, okay. Okay, there. I would cry. Personally.
Okay.
Me.
And some people did say like she could be suffering from mental health struggles, like she might have depression and stuff, which like very fair assessment. I mean, she is a teenager. Like at 17 I was depressed as fuck too, so like I totally understand that could be part of it as well. And so completely understand that part. Again, I think maybe like her wording could have been nicer, but I don't think she's the asshole still.
No.
Yeah. But I also don't think that the other sister's an asshole because she's a teenager.
No,
and like she's probably just going through a lot. Like
I just think it was a sister tiff.
Yeah, which happens a lot, especially when like the sister is like into adult years and the other's in a teen phase still. Like I experienced that with my sister. Like it's a weird age gap because like on one hand you want to be treated like an adult, but your sister's still gonna see you as a kid. Like so like that causes tiffs. Like me and my sister are the closest we've ever been now because we're both adults now, and so it's like easier to see eye to eye and for us to both feel like we're like friends and sisters. So like it's hard when you're in that little age range there. This person wrote a thesis for a comment. I'm gonna just read a little bit because I see some stuff that I feel like would be just smart to get some perspectives on. If she's depressed, I can guarantee you that a wake-up call like you described would be the opposite of helpful. I struggle with my personal hygiene for decades now. It's because of a combination of depression, ADHD, sensitivity to textures like feeling damp, and physical issues that make it hard even when everything else lines up. If someone that close to me bluntly told me I stink and look like a bum, I'd be hurt and pissed. I'm well aware of the struggles with hygiene. I'm well aware of struggles with hygienes. I can't speak. I'm well aware of the struggles with hygiene that I have. I already felt guilty and like a failure for not taking proper care of myself, and someone that close to me should know why I struggle with it. If they aren't that close to me, then they aren't close enough to say that shit about me. I understand where this commenter is coming from for sure, but I think the reason why they're still not the asshole, even though they could have phrased it better, is because the younger sister was going on a complete tangent and rant about pretty privilege and how unfair it is. Yeah. Which, valid. Pretty privilege is stupid. But also, I could see as like, if like a friend that I have that's younger, because obviously I don't have a younger sister, but I have friends or like family friends that are like younger sisters to me. Yeah, I heard them complaining about the fact that they don't receive pretty privilege and that pretty privilege sucks, I'd be like, dude, you're fucking beautiful. What do you mean? Like, you're gorgeous. Yeah. Like, even if they weren't taking good care of themselves, I would have been like, you're gorgeous. I don't know what you're talking about.
I would have been encouraging before critical.
Yeah, I've heard like a critique sandwich be used in like the phrasing. Compliment, critique, compliment. It really helps people be able to not take things personally when you're critiquing them. Yeah. It's like, oh, I liked this thing, but didn't like this thing, but I did like this thing. It helps them take it with a grain of salt. So, yeah. Not the asshole, but could have worded it much better.
Okay, so for the next story, it is, am I the asshole for uninviting my mom? Not mom. From my wedding for calling my fiance's hobby disgusting. First, I feel like it has to be something pretty drastic to like uninvite a parent from a wedding.
Oh yeah, like that's not a choice it's not like made easily.
It's not like a little thing, so it has to be like something really.
Also, it has to have been like this is the final straw type of situation, you know? Like,
Yeah.
you don't
Yeah.
just say, you're not coming to my wedding from one tiff. It's like, it's gotta add up.
Built up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. I, 26 female, have been seeing my fiance, 26 female. We will call Hope, okay, so Hope, for 7 years. She is on the autistic spectrum and has a special interest in insects, especially spiders. Couldn't be me.
Couldn't be
Okay.
me, but per. Okay.
She likes to go outside. Again, great hobby. Should probably want that. Collect some insects. Bring them home to study or draw or something, even sometimes even embroider before letting them go back in the wild. Okay, so she doesn't kill
That's
them.
cute.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not hurting anyone.
Oh, she
Why
makes
not?
sure to take care of them to the best of her ability.
Oh.
As someone who is deathly afraid of spiders, it took some time to get used to, but she has helped me get over the fear to some extent,
Aw. Yeah.
and it has been lovely to live with. Aw. This comes to a week ago when I had my parents over for dinner. Hope came to the kitchen to help me with food while we left my parents in the living room. At some point, my mom somehow wandered into our office, where Hope keeps her insects she studies. We heard her shriek and thud. We rushed to the sound and saw my mom standing over a squash spider with a book in her hand. I asked what happened, and she said she saw a spider, so she killed it. I don't understand how the spider got out of its jar since it has only happened once in the 7 years me and Hope has been together.
Huh.
My dad stepped in to try and sweep the spider up, but Hope stopped him and was visibly upset over the spider, borderline in tears over it.
Oh.
My mom was disgusted at the sight of Hope scooping the spider up and asked why she was upset over a stupid spider. I quickly explained Hope's hobby. My mom yelled that it was a disgusting hobby to have and pushed
How rude.
that it was her special interest and it makes her happiest. My mom just scoffed and said being autistic shouldn't be an excuse for having a disgusting hobby.
That's so mean. Oh my god.
I told her to get out and that she was no longer welcome in our house. She started to put up a fight when my dad stepped in quickly apologizing and dragged her out the house. That night, she was very upset about the sequence of events and asked me if I thought she was disgusting. I comforted her and
Aw.
told her that even though it isn't a common hobby, that it wasn't disgusting and even beautiful in its own way. Our wedding is in a month, so I asked her if she still wanted my mom at our wedding, and she said she wasn't sure if she would be comfortable with my mom there, but she doesn't want me to have a bad or no relationship with my mom, so she said she'd live with it if my mom was there. I don't want my soon-to-be wife to be uncomfortable at my own wedding, so in the morning, I sent a text to my mom saying she was no longer welcome at the wedding. I received some awful texts, but about how I was betraying the family, as well as
Oh
some
my
stupid
god.
some text insulting Hope. Words that I don't want to repeat on here. Honestly, these texts solidified my decision, but other people in my family have been messaging me, calling me an asshole, and to just get over myself. So I am starting to second guess myself, and I think I am overreacting slightly. So am I the asshole? Fixing some spelling errors. Okay, well there are a few, babe. It's okay though. I can't spell either. I can't spell either. It's okay though. I can tell that this was written very passionately.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
um,
Okay. Okay. Is that the full story?
yeah, it's full
Okay.
story. I'm looking for any updates in the comments.
Okay. So I will say, first of all, entomologist exists.
Yeah.
Like people study bugs for a living. Like
Yeah.
it's something that a lot of people are very passionate about.
It's not a disgusting
It's not
hobby.
my personal.
It is certainly weird
Yeah.
in its own way. Like
Yeah.
people who like spiders, people generally
Yeah.
fear and don't like. Somebody who does like them is going to be viewed as a little weird, but not disgusting or not,
Yeah.
like, and if it was special to her, just like some people I know keep
Yeah.
cockroaches as pets.
That's why.
Couldn't be
See,
me.
that's a little far for me. That's a little
But
wild.
I could understand if you kept something and you were taking care of it and it was a bug,
Yeah.
and somebody
You're,
killed the bug.
studying it.
You would
That's
be
like,
upset.
yeah, understandably upset. Also, like, this is a big thing for me. Speaking from like friends that have gone through similar things, me going through similar things, like whatever. You can tell a lot about a person's like, I guess, beliefs and mindset on what they did and if they saw it as bad at all by how they react to you putting up boundaries.
Yeah.
The fact that rather than saying, oh my God, like, I'm so sorry for making her feel upset, is there anything I can do to make it up to her so I can still come to the wedding? Like, I would love to be there. Versus, I can imagine what she probably called the fiance. Because, like, as someone who is neurodivergent and who has neurodivergent people in my life, like, it's awful, the things that are said about people that are just neurologically different, that don't fit into the cookie cutter mold and therefore are scrutinized for just existing.
Yeah.
The fact that she reacted so intensely to not being invited to the wedding, and she was like, you're betraying the family, that I can only imagine what has led up to this.
Yeah.
The amount of guilt that this potential mother-in-law may have been putting on her son before this experience happened.
See, I don't. Well, I mean, because no, they're both. So it's a lesbian relationship.
Oh, it's a lesbian relationship. Okay.
Yeah, they're both girls.
Okay. How dare I assume? My God.
Yeah. So I mean, like, come on, like, it was a very emotional response to the fiance. So girl, but I was like that men can't. But like, women tend to be very emotional.
Yeah.
Comforting. Instead of problem solving right off the bat. So I don't know. Like, people in the comments are saying not the asshole, so I agree.
Yeah, no, I agree. Not the asshole.
And then some people are saying, like, you know, I think the spider couldn't have gotten out if especially was in a jar.
That's what was suspicious to me. It almost seemed like she wanted to hurt the daughter-in-law. Like, I don't know if that's the case, but like, it almost seemed like, ew, she keeps a spider in a jar, I'm gonna kill it type of thing. Like
yeah, because I mean, a lot of people are saying, like, yes, spiders are disgusting, but
if that's your
you know, like, if you kill one, like, obviously it's still a living creature, so have a bit more compassion for it, even if it is I feel like they're saying, like, if it was your daughter-in-law's or future daughter-in-law, but daughter-in-law's hobby, you should just apologize and move on with it. Maybe try and offer, if you can get a new one, buy a new one.
Her calling it disgusting is the main thing. Like, it's one thing, like, if let's give her the benefit of the doubt and say it was completely accidental that she killed this spider.
Yeah, see, it's
even
like,
though
not the
I don't
asshole.
think
Your mom somehow wandered into that part of the house. Really, you believe that the spider accidentally got out? Really believe that? Someone said, can't believe I had to scroll down so far down for this. There's no way in hell she wasn't snooping.
Oh yeah. No, I completely agree. But like, let's say in a perfect world she is telling the truth. Even then, her calling it disgusting makes her the asshole. Makes not original poster, but mother-in-law the asshole.
That's the thing, is like, the hobby in it of itself is not disgusting. Are spiders disgusting? Yes, but that is a opinion.
Yeah,
the hobby.
I have low-key arachnophobia. Like, I freeze up around spiders. Like, I literally cannot.
I don't like spiders. I don't like cockroaches. I don't like ants. I don't like flies. I don't like mosquitoes.
My fiance, he handles those. He hates frogs. That's his ick creature, is frogs. I love frogs.
Like toads.
I love toads and frogs. I can scoop them off my hands. I've done it ever since I was a kid. And so imagining me.
Toads.
That's fair. That's fair.
And I don't know the difference, so I just don't touch them.
Imagining me picking up like a toad being the same as someone picking up a spider to someone else. Yeah. I'm like,
I mean, if it's their hobby. Yeah. Because
I'm not bringing toads inside and drawing them, but that's just because that's not my personal interest. But if that was, then whatever, that's to each their own. As I said, entomologists exist. Like, it's a career path for a reason.
So my mom yelled that it was a disgusting hobby and that it was yelled at Hope, the fiance.
Yeah.
First wanting to scoop up the stupid spider.
Oh my God. I think that's so rude.
Yeah, because it wasn't like saying that the bug was disgusting, which I was like, maybe the mother-in-law or mother said that it was the bug that was good. No, so she directly was calling like Hope.
Hope and her hobbies is disgusting. That's so mean.
Yeah, so I agree. Awful. Not the asshole. Everyone in the comments kind of have the same. Everyone's saying that you should not kill spiders if they're in your house and give them a high five. I personally
couldn't, but honestly, I understand where they're coming from because
just by a door,
spiders,
I will try and open the door to let it out. But
yeah, spiders they do eat other bugs, and so that's like cool.
But they also bite and have a baby, not a cat.
That's right. That's my main thing.
Right.
If like I'm about to have a house, and there's there's bugs, and thankfully I'm gonna have a screened-in pet screen catio for my cats.
Yeah.
But if a spider got into that catio, I'm sorry, but it's dying because I'm worried. My babies are higher priority.
The poison doesn't really hurt humans. It might itch and like swell up and stuff, but it can be really bad for cats because they're small bodies.
Exactly. So I'm just gonna play it safe. But like at the same time, I understand where they're coming from, though. I completely understand where they're coming from. So that's just me. Sorry, but I do pick and choose what lives are more important because they're my children.
Yeah. See, my cat's lives matter a bit more than spider lives at this point.
I'm sorry. Like, it's just
spiders procreate a lot faster than cats. So
my girls, they got their tubes snipped. So like,
same with my boy. But personally, I don't think he would even find other. He doesn't like other animals.
Is he asexual?
See, I don't know. He does not like other animals. There was this one female cat who was in heat that was like rubbing up against the glass, and I know my cat could smell it, and I know he snipped, so it shouldn't affect him. But just another animal, he was so uninterested. And like he wasn't even trying to hiss at it, bat at it. He was just not caring.
To be fair, your cat is very he's a mama's boy. He's a little prince. He's got other priorities. He wants to sit on his little throne with his little crown on, and he wants to just
he doesn't even like to sit. He's allowed on the counter. We tried to train him off the counter. He does not accept it.
Literally, like they always say, like put tinfoil.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
My cat will jump over it.
Same, literally. So my cats, they just walk on counters. Literally, like it's just like
here's the thing. I cleaned his paws though. Yeah, I washed his little paws.
Yeah,
and like
my girls are sanitary.
Except that, but like he won't even sit on the counter because it's too cold for his little butt. So he'll go sit on papers. It has to be a thick stack so it can't feel the bottom of the counter.
He's a spoiled cat, but it's okay. He's a happy cat. That's what matters.
He's a very happy. He's so not stressed. He is ignoring the natural response to eat his nails and his fur to save himself from predators, and he's never once gotten a hairball or anything in his whole life because he feels so safe. He's like, I don't need to do that. My human will.
My human will do it.
I don't do that.
Wow. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways, which some people would call our obsession with cats weird, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
It's fine. They just don't get it.
Yeah,
that's fine. If you don't get it,
you don't get it. Okay. The girls who get it. The girls who don't. And that's okay. That's okay. And I will never get liking bugs, but I understand that there's plenty of people that like it. Snakes. Okay, snakes. I like.
Okay, I mean they're kind of cool, but like
they spook me.
My only thing with snakes is you can't really tell their mood.
Yeah, no, I don't think. Like
I can't trust it.
My fiance's grandpa like loves animals and insects and snakes, and like he has snakes, he has turtles, like he has like a bunch of animals,
a farm,
literally,
a zoo.
And so like when we go over to their house, it's always like, oh, how are the animals going? Like, I don't like snakes, but I'm not gonna call his hobby disgusting. Like,
No,
I'm gonna be like, oh, cool.
I think they're cool.
Yeah.
But it's just, I mean, I
Which
can tell when a
I
snake
will
is
say,
angry or about to attack.
when people have
but
like
I
those
can't tell when
beautiful
it's happy.
moths, that's really cool to
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Like, I understand that completely. And if that's how some people see spiders, I might not see it too. But
And apparently spiders have like coat patterns or like hair patterns that are neat.
yeah,
I don't know. I personally don't ever want to get close enough to a spider to be able to tell its hair.
same.
Me
I don't want to see
personally.
hair. I don't want to see hair.
Oh, it's their eyes.
Okay, we need to stop talking about spiders. I'm getting grossed out. Listen, her hobby is not disgusting. Her mother-in-law is disgusting.
Yep.
Period.
End of story.
Yeah, end of story. We love you, Hope.
What's your next story?
Okay.
I'm so excited.
Am I the asshole for telling my mother-in-law another mother-in-law story? Okay. Or mother-in-law, rather. Like,
yeah.
But for telling my mother-in-law, she should have tried being a good mom if she wanted the rewards at her son's wedding. Okay.
This is going to be a doozy.
Okay. And this is fresh. This is 6 hours ago. So.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law, husband's younger brother, had me and my husband act as parents of the groom at his wedding. Sister-in-law, their younger sister, and mine and my husband's children rounded out the groom's side at his wedding. My mother-in-law, their mom, her husband, and the children she shares with her husband were there, but they were not counted among the immediate family and were not seated with us at any point. Okay, so some family separation. That's fine.
Some drama.
Yeah. Some not agreeing on familial closeness, which if they caused you trauma, you have every right to set boundaries.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah. My husband became the father figure to his brother when their father died. My husband was 10. His brother was 2. Oh, God. Mother-in-law was pregnant with sister-in-law at the time. My husband became the head of the household. Mother-in-law checked out and she would get angry at my husband for not doing better. He was 10. My God.
I was a kid.
Gosh, he should have had a childhood at that point. The day my husband lost his father, he also lost his mother. She was and continues to be so cold to him. She expected so much of him at 10 years old and criticized him heavily in the years that followed. He was supposed to get amazing grades, keep the house in order, raise his siblings, help his mom out whenever she wanted to, work when he was old enough to, and do so without ever complaining or turning to her for help. God. His grades suffered immediately because of all he went through. Until my husband turned 18, he did 99% of the raising of his younger siblings. They bonded with him in a very special way because of this, and I was his friend/girlfriend at the time, and I helped, so they bonded with me as well. Oh, that's so sweet. When my husband was 16, mother-in-law announced she was pregnant and moved in this guy she married in Vegas. Nobody knew anything beforehand. At that point, her and her husband's relationship worsened. Between brother-in-law and sister-in-law not being bonded with her at all, and her trying to take back over some parenting and them rejecting her, and my husband not caring to include his half-sibling in the parenting he did, it made for a very toxic mess, understandably.
Yeah.
She wished my husband dead, wished she had aborted him, and did all this in front of me and his siblings. When he moved out, she did all she could to stop the siblings seeing each other, but brother-in-law and sister-in-law acted out until she gave in. They had a lot of extended sleepovers with us. My husband attempted to win custody of them. When we settled enough, but mother-in-law's household was financially secure, so he was denied. But it never changed the fact brother-in-law and sister-in-law wanted us, but mostly him. The brother/father they knew best of all. Mother-in-law and her family were not at mine and my husband's wedding, But as mentioned, she was at brother-in-law's wedding because he and sister-in-law maintained some contact. In the 2 weeks before the wedding, I ran into mother-in-law at the grocery store. She confronted me. Oh, I'm getting like anxious for this person. She complained about how unrewarding the wedding was when she was treated like she's not brother-in-law's mom. Said it was my husband's fault. I told her she should have tried being a good mom if she wanted the rewards of her son's weddings. I walked away right after saying this because my husband and I have blocked her everywhere. She can't reach me, but has been giving brother-in-law and sister-in-law a hard time over what I said and calling me a pot stirrer. Am I the asshole? Nope.
No.
Nope. You are not the asshole, and the mother-in-law is actual Satan. I got so anxious on
I don't think there's so much.
Holy shit.
I don't think there's a lot of commentary to give because I feel like it's all been given already.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
Not the asshole. Completely in the right. Them even having her at the wedding.
Wild.
Astonishing.
Yeah.
Running into the grocery store. Dramatic. And I feel sorry for I think that brother-in-law and sister-in-law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. God.
I feel bad for them.
Oh my god, my hearts are racing. So we got some comments here. Obviously, most people are saying the asshole because come on.
Yeah, obviously.
She made the bed. Now she has to sleep in it. It was she with her careless attitude who made her children distance themselves from her. To be honest, I'm surprised that brother-in-law and sister-in-law still even talk to her. I agree. And maybe this will be the tipping point. Who knows? Maybe this will be the thing that makes them fully cut her out. Not sure. It's up to them with what they feel comfortable with. Not the asshole. Was it the right thing to have said in the moment? Maybe, maybe not. But you are certainly not the asshole for saying it. And it's clear to me you were not stirring the pot. Mother-in-law did that when she confronted you and blamed you and your husband. You both are handling the situation well overall, particularly blocking her on social media and such. And then the original poster responded, we just found it the easiest way. She hates my husband and has taken all her grief and anger out on him. She failed him in the worst ways as a mother, so he never wanted her anywhere near him or our children. I completely understand. There's another comment here that OP responded to. This is the original comment. Not the asshole. I do want to give your husband a hug, though. His inner child had to grow up so fast and take on so much. I hope he gets to play with Legos or whatever he's into to heal him from that. That's such a sweet comment. The original poster responded. He loves video games. They were something he shared with his dad, but his mom destroyed all of that in front of him when he was 12 in retaliation of something. It was always something with her. We now have a game room for consoles, and it's something he gets to share both alone with me, but also with our kids, and has been so healing for them. Aww, that's so sweet. So sweet. Yeah, no, you did not stir the pot. Mother-in-law stirred the pot from day one.
Yeah.
The pot is never stopped being stirred by that woman.
Yeah, no, I personally believe that code of conduct.
That's I genuinely think that at this point I understand that you want a relationship with sister-in-law and brother-in-law, and so that is why you still have some sort of contact with the mother-in-law. I'm very proud of you for blocking her, so that way she at least can't reach out to you directly. That in itself is a very hard decision to make, but thankfully the mother-in-law made it even easier.
Yeah, it's still so hard.
Even when parents suck, you want to have a relationship with them, and that's the shitty part. It's like you're supposed to be able to rely on your parents and love your parents and for them to love you back, and sometimes it's just not reciprocated, and like in the story. But yeah, I definitely, you're not the asshole, and
no,
brother-in-law and sister-in-law,
sure.
I think should cut out the mother-in-law, but obviously that's their choice to make. That's something that no matter what, it's hard. Even if the person is awful, it's hard to cut out family. But, I feel like the original poster and her husband or their husband, they can attest to blocking her was probably one of the best things they ever did.
Yep.
So, yeah, no, that's
rough.
That's a rough one. That's a rough one. That's like straight up, that's like family drama. That's like,
yeah.
Family danger. It's not drama, it's dangerous. As Swoop would say.
Okay. The last one, I think, to round out.
Okay.
It's going to be a short and sweet but messy one that I personally would throw hands.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for telling my sister's boyfriend to not propose to her?
Okay. Let's hear him out.
Yeah.
Maybe they've only been dating for like a week. Because that would be understandable. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah. Okay. I, 28 female, have a fraternal twin sister who's dating my fiance's 34M younger brother, 29M.
Oh no, I think I know where this is going. Oh no.
First off, okay. I don't listen, I understand why and how it happens, but if you're dating your siblings, significant other sibling, that
if you're dating, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. If you're dating your siblings,
know.
brother or sister-in-law, that's a little wild. But let's hear him out.
Yeah. My fiance and I are getting married in September. Okay, the third 4-year-old. Okay. My sister has made several comments about how awful my last name will be. She has also said similar things about her relationship. She told me that she could never marry her boyfriend because she just can't have his last name. I told her that she doesn't have to take his last name. There are plenty of women who keep their maiden name when they get married for various reasons.
I'll say take the cooler last name.
She disagrees. And honestly, like, okay, if somebody's last name was like Toe, I'd be like,
take the other name at that point. Like,
you're taking mine.
Like,
if somebody's last name was like cool and interesting,
it was like Blackwell. Bitch, take that. Like, that's a cool last name.
If it's like Face or like
any body part name.
Ooh, the last name.
I'm sorry.
There's this last name and I felt so bad. It was called out like Mr. Right, and his last name was Skinny.
Oh no! What up? It's your boy Skinny Penis.
Cry.
Oh my god. Oh, name their.
Anyways.
You actually take Skinny. Name them Peter. Name your kid Peter. And then when they're in like documents where it goes last name first name, it'd be Skinny Peter. I feel like that's worth it. That's worth.
That could be worth it,
kid, right?
She disagrees and said that she doesn't want to keep our maiden name. She wants to have a traditional marriage where she takes her husband's last name. Okay, I mean, that's a fair point.
Yeah, if you want that, cool. Then take the name. Stop complaining.
Last weekend, she went with me to buy clothes for my honeymoon. While we were out, I asked her what if her boyfriend proposed to her. They've been dating for 3 years now, and my fiance told me that his brother was out looking at engagement rings.
Oh.
I didn't tell her this, but simply brought it up in regular conversation since we were shopping for our honeymoon's outfit, and she kept saying, I can't wait to try on wedding dresses one day, and the like.
Okay.
She told me she would say, only if you change your last name. I told her that was really selfish to give an ultimatum like that to someone who loved her and wanted to marry her. She rolled her eyes at me. So I said, seriously, would you really turn him down because of his last name? And she firmly said, yes, I just can't have that name. What fucking last name is this?
Is it like, it's gotta be bad. Like, it's gotta be really bad to like have that reaction. It's like, is it penis? That's the only option. Is it penis?
Or like Littlefoot?
Penis, penis. I know someone with the last name Foot. It's rough. That's rough.
Yeah. Or like Littlefoot, that's even worse. I know somebody like that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Take the other person's last name, honestly.
Yeah. Or hyphenate. That's a thing.
Pick a last name. You can just both change your last name. Pick a last name. Make your own.
Exactly. You make yourself. Like
Smith.
I asked why she was even with him, knowing it won't lead to marriage, and she replied, I don't know. I just dropped it. I would too.
Yeah.
Yesterday, her boyfriend came over to hang out with my fiance and pulled up photos of rings to ask my opinion on which one my sister would like. I told him the truth. She wouldn't marry him, that she will say no if he asks because of his last name. He asked me if she told me this, and I told him yes. He broke up with her today. He didn't tell her why, but my sister knows it's because of me. Now my aunt and uncle who raised us are upset with me and said that it's going to be really uncomfortable at my wedding for everyone. But wouldn't it still be, even if he asked and she said no? Should I just let it play out?
Okay, first of all, what the fuck? First of all, what the fuck? Second of all, this better be a really bad last name.
Right? Like, okay, I'm
all of
scrolling.
This.
I'm scrolling, seeing
Is
if
there
they're
any
gonna
comment
last
where they...
name.
Oh, God. I guess I don't want to give away the identity of the people. But, like, come on. What? What is it?
One of my bandmates has neighbors with the last name Dimbat.
See, that
I've
I
always
understand.
thought that Mr. must be one hell of a guy for Miss Dimbat to sign up for that one.
That's wild. At that point, just take the woman's last name. Like, come on. Dimbat? I'm sorry. Oh my god.
It's not like his last name is Latrin or Shells. She should get over herself.
Oh my god. That's so funny. Okay.
Yeah, so basically the comments are people just speculating on what the last name is. That bad.
Oh my god. That's really funny. Oh my god. So, okay,
Yeah.
First of all, you're not the asshole. You saved him from the embarrassment of proposing and being rejected for his last name. Something he can't fucking help.
And, like, that's the thing. That is the thing. Like, first off, that's a little insulting, too, because her last name's going to be the last name. But regardless. If you're dating someone just to date them, right? Like, if you're dating someone just to date them and, like, that person wants marriage and you want marriage, too, but you're like, I'm just dating them to, like, pass time. You're wasting their time, their emotions, your time. Like,
you need to both be on the same page, whether that be marriage or not marriage. Like, you just need to be communicating about that.
Like, don't get me wrong. I looked out. My boyfriend's last name is cool.
He's a cute last name. Same with
it's cute.
Same with my fiance.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna take my fiance's last name yet or not, because it's so many freaking so much freaking paperwork to change your last name. I want to take his last name, but I also don't want to.
My thing would be kids paperwork, like having the last name.
That's the only thing. Which I think I would probably hyphenate. My kids' names, but then if they want to hyphenate, then it's another name. And so it's like a lot. So I don't know. I'll probably end up changing my last name.
Names are going to be long to begin with.
I much prefer his last name over my last name. So, like, no offense to my last name, just like
his last name is fancy.
It is fancy.
It's a little fancy.
I'm down for it. Anyways.
Yeah.
So
I hope you guys enjoyed. This was a wild ride. I realized, so I was the one picking today all the stories.
Yeah.
I picked a lot of family drama. I don't know what was feeling it, but they just seem juicy. And
honestly, let's start doing, like, I was actually thinking about this. I feel like we should do more, like, Am I the Asshole? Or just, like, Reddit story readings, because the people seem to really like those. And also, we can do themes. So we can both, like, try to find, like, funny ones or, like, family drama ones like we did today. Or, like, relationship ones. Like, we did a relationship one. But we specifically were only taking from Reddit relationships, the subreddit. So, like, but, like, I like the idea of, like, specifically looking for specific themes. Would be fun.
I have a good one, and it's a huge thread. It's gonna be a lot to, like, read, because it's, like, multiple stories. They've, like, updated it.
Okay.
But basically, just, like, see if anyone's interested in it. This couple met off of Reddit. First red flag.
That's wild.
They met off of Reddit. They met off of a subreddit and, like, Discord, right? They started talking on Discord after. They started dating. And then somewhere down the line, found out that the boyfriend was cheating on the person with like 3 other people on Discord, but also had an IRL relationship all at the same
A
time.
Redditor?
Yeah. Yeah.
No
And
offense
then-
to Redditors, but like, your fedora's
I
only
mean-
so big.
Right? I mean, at this point, you want to like go for like a wide brim hat.
Mm-hmm.
Like a sun
Can't
hat.
fit all the bitches
Sun
up
hat with
there.
a little edge. Right? And so then like apparently they got exposed on Twitter.
God.
That's how I found it. So they got exposed on Twitter because the person was getting cheated on, like exposed them. And like so many people came forward and was like, yeah, no, this person was like also their Valorant player. It's a lot. It's a lot of different avenues.
A
Because
lot of
they did like the like exposing them, like like would they cheat with me? Kind of like how they do on like Instagram, like sending like a floating message, except they do it on Valorant. It's a whole
Oh
thing.
my gosh! Okay, so
whole thing. I saved
okay,
it.
there's drama we're gonna talk about in the next episode. We should dig into that for another episode.
Yeah.
But in next
lot.
week's episode, we're talking about just like the drama that's going on right now online. There's so much drama.
lot.
Cody Ko, Dr. Disrespect, Sketch, Jennifer Lopez, like
Kim Kardashian,
Kim
Khloe Kardashian.
Kardashian.
I mean,
like there's
mother
so much. So
shaming.
we're gonna be talking about a lot of different dramas that are happening right now over there. So stay tuned for next week. We new episodes every Tuesday. Make sure to subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube, and if you're listening on a podcasting platform, rate us 5 stars, and check out our TikTok and Instagram at sheknowsit pod. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.